Okay, we're just going to take you on a quick rundown of what we have for our Gecko setup. Okay, we're going to start out, we got two AP racks heated with a heat cable for belly heat and Spider Robotics herb stats. For tubs, it's the Iris tubs. We'll start out for the juvies. We've got all of them have paper in the bottom. For the water dish, we use a sponge. We just find that it is easier to clean up if crickets get in there or anything, they're not drowned. If the sponge gets dirty, you can just let it dry out completely and then nuke it in the microwave for 1 minute. For a hide, it is just paper towel in a Gladware entree that we've cut a hole out of the center. When they're about to go into shed, we just moisten the paper towel up. For the adults, it's the same setup except rather than the short entree, we use the tall entree. The only differences are our females that are laying. We've got a couple of those. We've got Ryu here. She's one of our laying females. She eats mealworms, so we keep mealworms in a dish for her with her calcium. And the hide box actually contains coconut fiber. And moving along, we use the RepCal, Herptivite, and calcium with and without D3. Next we have, there's our Gecko light box behind our paper towels that we'll use when we take pictures of them. We have our insect setups. This is just a Rubbermaid container that we've cut the center out of it and put in some screen. We have super worms here with some potatoes, gut load oatmeal. Same thing for the mealworms. And as you can tell, we put the potatoes in a kidney dish just to keep the moisture away from the bedding material, and the worms find that just fine. Pretty similar setup for the crickets. They're just a bigger container, deeper, and we use the gut load and water crystals from Pro Geckos for that. And just the egg carton that they come in. Got our scale here. My Way i500 works out pretty well. Going along here, we have our old tanks that we were using before we got the rack system. One thing we do keep is a whiteboard that we just marked down some things. Right now we've got 3 breeders that we've got marked, and we mark the shed dates, which we later put into a computer program, herd care software. And moving along, this is the incubator. Right now we just have eggs, haven't had any hatchlings come out yet. We're incubating for female. We use the same herb stat for the incubator as we do for the racks. Find that it works well. That's a Nature Spirit incubator. Pretty happy with it. It keeps really consistent temperatures. Otherwise, we just got a lot of storage in the closet here. And our deli containers. Have a whole bunch of those. Found them really cheap online. And that's pretty much it. I mean, there's not a whole lot to it. We just typically use this corner station for when we're changing papers and whatnot and keeping animals fed. Right now we don't have too many geckos. I believe we have 29. And so hopefully next week we will have more, because that's when our first hatchlings should be popping out of their eggs. And that's pretty much all we got here. One other thing we do is we do keep track of what the front temperature is on our rack. So right now their cool side is 80, warm side on this one is 94.5. And that's pretty much all we've got here. So thanks for letting me share.